Welcome to this tutorial on checklists within the Azenzus Inspection App. In this session, we'll take a look at checklists, what they are, how to locate a checklist in the app, how to use checklists items, and how to manage attachments for checklists. Lastly, we'll show you how to complete multiple checklist items at one time. If you don't have an account yet, visit us at azenzus.com and we'll get you set up to use the app in no time. So what are checklists? A checklist is a predefined set of tasks called checklist items that guides you through a specific process. Each checklist consists of multiple items, and every item contains detailed information relevant to that task. As an operator or inspector works through the checklist, they can select a status for each item. This status can serve different purposes. For some, it's simply a way to mark a task as complete, while others might use it to evaluate the condition of an asset. For instance, imagine a checklist item that says, "Check condition of the tactile strips and the yellow lining along the platform edge." Once the inspection is done, the operator could set the status to "good condition" or choose a different status if something needs attention. On top of that, they can add a comment to give more context or details about what they observed. If visual documentation is needed, a photo can easily be attached to the checklist item. All of this, the status, comments, and photos, is automatically linked to each checklist item and will appear in the final report. This makes it fast and simple to share findings and insights with your team, helping everyone stay informed and aligned. Let's take a look at how you can locate your checklists inside the app. Right now, we're on the home page of the Azenzus Inspection App. To find your checklists, you'll need to navigate to the Checklist tab of a specific asset. First, start by selecting the location you're working on. Simply tap on the arrow on the location item. This will take you to the Asset tab under this location and will display a list of all assets available under that location. From here, select the asset you want to inspect and tap on the arrow on that asset item. This will take you directly to the checklist for that specific asset. Here, you'll see all the different checklist items neatly organized into groups. For example, in this checklist, we have groups like Visual Inspection, Structural Integrity, and Other. If we look closer at the checklist items themselves, you'll notice several things. In the top left corner of each item, there's either a photo icon or a camera icon. This tells you if there are attachments linked to the item. If there are attachments, you'll see the photo icon along with a small number underneath, showing how many attachments there are. If no attachments have been added yet, a camera icon will be displayed instead. Tapping on this icon will take you directly to the Attachment tab for that specific checklist item, where you can add photos or view existing ones. In the top right corner, you'll see a drop-down field showing the status of the checklist item. For example, if the item hasn't been inspected yet, it might show a default status like Not Inspected. If it has been inspected, you'll see an updated status, such as Good Condition. Remember, in Azenzus Inspection Manager, you can fully customize these statuses when you set up your checklists, so they match your workflow. Finally, at the bottom of each checklist item, you'll see a description. This explains what the inspector needs to check. For example, in this case, it says, "Check the condition of tactile strips and yellow lines along the platform edge." Once the inspection is complete, the inspector can tap the drop-down to select the appropriate status for that item. If you want to add more information to a checklist item, simply tap on the middle of the item. This will open the Checklist Items Details page. At the top of this page, you'll notice two tabs in the header, Attachment and Details. By default, the Details tab is active. Here you'll see the same information as you did on the main checklist view, but with more space to work. At the very top, you'll find the description of the checklist item, giving you a clear explanation of what needs to be inspected. Right below that, you'll see the drop-down field where you can set or change the status for this item, just like before. Under the status field, there's a text area where you can type in a comment related to this checklist item. This is really useful if you run into something that requires a bit of explanation, or if you want to give additional context to what you've observed during the inspection. And if you find yourself needing to write the same comment for multiple checklist items, there's an easy way to speed up that process. Below the comment field, you'll see a drop-down menu that lets you copy a comment from your most recent comments on the same checklist items in other locations. This makes it quick and efficient to add consistent notes across multiple parts of your checklist. Below the checklist comment, you'll find the documentation section. This documentation can be configured by a manager through the Azenzus Inspection Manager web application. It serves as a helpful resource for the inspector, providing guidance on how the inspection should be carried out. The documentation may include important information such as step-by-step instructions for completing the inspection, as well as images that assist inspectors in locating what needs to be inspected or understanding how an asset is supposed to appear. Tapping on the Attachments tab opens a gallery displaying all attachments linked to the selected checklist item. Each thumbnail in the gallery represents an attachment. To view an attachment in detail, simply tap on its thumbnail, which opens the attachment viewer. Here, you can rotate the image or add comments to provide additional context. To add a comment, tap the comment icon located in the lower left corner of the screen. This will slide up a comment section from the bottom, allowing you to type your input. Once you have finished writing, press the Save button in the upper right corner to store the comment. If you decide not to proceed, tap the Cancel button on the left side of the section to exit without saving. In the attachment viewer, you can also adjust the orientation of an image using the arrows at the bottom of the screen. The left arrow rotates the image counterclockwise, while the right arrow rotates it clockwise. Any rotation changes are automatically saved, ensuring that the updated view is retained for future reference and visible to other users assigned to the inspection. If you need to delete a photo, tap the trash icon in the bottom right corner of the viewer. A confirmation pop-up will appear asking whether to proceed with deletion by pressing Yes or cancel the action by selecting Cancel. To return to the gallery, either swipe from left to right at the edge of the screen or use your device's back button. Attachments can also be selected for additional actions. By long pressing on a thumbnail, its background turns yellow, indicating selection. The header will update, displaying two new icons in the top right corner, a copy icon and a trash icon. Pressing the copy icon copies the attachment to the app's clipboard, and a paste icon appears in the header next to the menu button. This allows you to navigate to another location, asset, or checklist, and paste the copied attachment into the new context. When you press the paste button, a pop-up will appear, asking you to confirm the action. Press No to cancel or Yes to proceed. If you wish to delete selected attachments, tap the trash icon, triggering a confirmation pop-up where you can confirm or cancel the deletion. To exit selection mode at any time, tap the back arrow in the top left corner of the screen. Adding new attachments is quick and intuitive. In the bottom right corner of the Attachments tab, a camera button allows inspectors to take a new photo using the device's built-in camera. The image is saved automatically as a new attachment for the checklist item. If you need to upload existing photos, tap the menu button and select Pick Photo, which opens a file picker. Here, you can select multiple photos from your device. Once you have made your selections, press Add to save the chosen images as attachments. This streamlined system ensures that managing and organising attachments remains seamless and efficient, allowing inspectors to focus on their tasks without unnecessary distractions. It's also possible to bulk complete all checklist items if you want to save time. To do this, navigate back to the Checklist tab by sliding your finger from left to right on the screen. Once you're back on the checklist overview, look at the bottom right corner. Here, you'll see a blue button with 2 check marks. When you tap this button, 3 buttons will appear asking you to select a status for all checklist items. You can choose to set all items to default, passed, or failed. In this example, we'll choose to set all checklist items to pass, so we tap the green button. If some checklist items already have a status set, the app will ask whether you want to update all items, including those that already have a status, or only update the ones without a status. You can also cancel the action if you change your mind. A smart use case for this is to conduct the inspection and mark all failed checklist items with a failed status, adding a comment if necessary. Once the inspection is complete, simply choose the Bulk Complete option to set the remaining items, those not marked as failed, to completed, making your inspections even more efficient. And that's it. You now know everything there is to know about checklists in the Azenzus Inspection app. Happy inspecting! Visit us at azenzus.com. Follow our YouTube channel for more tutorials and news on products.